Morning, everybody. Brother Big Chris, Outreach X Incorporated. Uh, on the first, I want to first declare to everybody to have a very blessed day today, and that God will favor you. Um, just favor you, give you unexpected blessings, and just keep you safe from harm or danger, and your families as well. Um, so I want to encourage y'all about making changes, and actually about changing our country, changing our world. In case some of y'all didn't realize, and for a while I didn't realize it either, those of us who were considered once part of the minority, we're starting to become the majority. One of the things I noticed is that with hip hop music, how vastly it changes people. Like, just about now, every time, and just about this now, every time you hear a car pull up, somebody's playing some hip hop. I remember there was a time when I was coming up, on the Catch from the Hood was bumping it. Now, you allowed to look over your shoulder, left, right shoulder. You might see some suburban kid or some Caucasian kid or some Asian kid playing hip hop music, blasting it, you know what I'm saying? And music in general, especially black music, well, I ain't saying that word. Majority of music the American music standard right now has always been created by Afro Americans. Everything except for country. So blues, R&B, jazz, pop, hip hop, rock and roll. We created those. Those came from Afro Americans, and it wasn't made for for Afro American people. It's made for America. That's what it is. It's American music. Bottom line. Uh, but if you notice how it affects everybody, how it brings people together. I remember back in the '50s, and back in the '50s, my mom and dad came up with Jim Crow, and certain musicians would come perform. Of course, they had that rope there, whites on this side, black kids on this side. But when them songs come on, like when Ray Charles played, James Brown started playing music. I mean, the Delphonics and the group started singing. Like kids started dancing together. And it's that's a powerful thing. So it shows me that as people, we have power. I believe what's holding us up for the most part is how we think. A lot of us are still thinking in a minority mindset, meaning we're still thinking that we're defeated. We have a defeated mentality about who we are and what we're capable of doing. Once we get rid of that mindset, we get things popping over here in this country. We can make some serious changes. Example I want to give to you is Black Wall Street. I was studying up on Black Wall Street this morning, and I believe his name was O.W. Guler, if I'm saying that right. Google Black Wall Street. There's a site on there there is an official Black Wall Street site. I give you the history of Black Wall Street, the name of the founder, the accounts of what happened, how it got destroyed, and everything. But in Tulsa, Oklahoma, 1920, 1921, I think it was, but early 1920s, these people got together. And mind you now, Jim Crow is that like an added type, by the way, for these people to get together and create a community of billionaires. See, this is one of the things that we tend to think about. We hear about these stories, we hear about these historical accounts about segregation and how our people were treated. But guess what? But in spite of that, We thrived here in this country, in spite of the racial segregation, in spite of the, in spite of the outlook upon us by by racist society, by racist white society members. We still thrive as Afro Americans. Town of Rosewood, a good example. You know what I'm saying? The people were very highly successful and independent at that. So the thing is, and please, y'all know this ain't no bashing the white folks, so don't get nervous, okay? Just calm down. I'm talking about building us up as people and as a nation also as well. And I'm saying this from the viewpoint of an Afro-American person, what I see. I see the ability for us to make America excellent. I see the ability for us to work with other people, regardless of ethnicity group, of like mindsets who want to see America thrive, who want to see America be a place where people are treated right, a place where America could be a place where it's supposed to be. You know what I'm saying? Everybody's successful and everybody, is backing each other up. That's how it's supposed to be. I mean, think about it. During the time, before we even know what white or black was in terms of ethnicity group, we were working together. Poor people were working together. It didn't matter what color race you was poor. And you worked together. Using in the ghetto together, bottom line. You know what I'm saying? The whole concept of race is what made us compete against each other. And that was solely designed to keep people separated, to break up a working class people from working together and bonding together. Because again, the strength in numbers. The government and the evil rich knew that. So when the poor people started riding about how they're being treated, it wasn't just white people riding, it was black folks riding and everybody else riding all together, helping each other out. That's a threat to the establishment. So what to do? We're gonna make you white. We're gonna give you a little bit more paying, a little bit more of a high paying job. We'll give you a little bit more of this and that. And you just for now you just white. That of course it didn't make it enough for them to be rich like they were, but enough to keep them satisfied. So now we have white privilege because now since they're considered white because they got these economic opportunities now, Afro-Americans, those from Africa, other ethnicity groups who came here are feeling sort of like, okay, betrayed and left out. So there goes the divide for the most part. But we could change that now, but we have the ability to change that. We have power in both economics and both strength of heart. It takes energy to bash President Trump. And personally, I'm not a fan of President Trump myself. I don't too much care or agree with how he handles things. He's not really a diplomatic person, and from my viewpoint anyway. But you never will catch me saying anything bad about this man. I'm gonna tell you why. It takes time and energy for me to type and think of all kinds of things to insult him. I gotta take that same time and energy in trying to come up with ideas of what I can do to make my country great, what I could do to serve people in my hoods across the country, what I could do to help other people out who don't have what I have. That's where I want to spend my energy at. Coming up with ideas, plans on how to execute services to help people out. And not just help them a little bit, but help them so they can truly thrive. For me, bitch the morning and somebody don't get nothing done. It doesn't. The bully is all about action. They're gonna terrorize, they're gonna do whatever the hell they wanna do until somebody stands up and fights the bully. Now, Most of the time, when you try to fight that bully either backs the fuck up, or either y'all end up becoming friends somewhere down the line. Because now the bully has an understanding of who you are as a person, and now they can have a equal respect for you. Y'all here now. Uh, if you grew up in the neighborhood I grew up in, if you grew up in a background, you know, similar like that most kids do, most working class people, poor class working class people grew up in that kind of background, regardless of your ethnicity. You know how that works. Sometimes the bully y'all may not even be friends, but just disrespect level there for you, because you stood up. People respect folks who stand up. We need to take a stand. We, the people, need to take a stand. We need to make America excellent. We need to fight for the America that we want. Trust me, those racist people, they are already in pursuit of making the kind of America that they want. Here's the thing about people that are racist. It ain't about them not liking people because of their skin color. That ain't the case. They really think in their mind they got it convinced, and they even use scientific facts to prove back up their theories. A racist person believes that another ethnicity group is inferior solely because of their ethnicity. They will have facts, they will have all kinds of data, perverted data, to prove back up their point, because they really do believe that. So this is one of the reasons why it's not a point to arguing about who's racist, because they are got in their mind that based upon your ethnicity that you are either inferior or that you cannot perform at a high level in life. So they come up with ways to control you. And one of the things they do to control us is they get us complaining about people being racist. When the truth of the matter is, and I'm gonna go back to my example of Black Wall Street, you could take that energy and build. Take the energy and make changes. Black Wall Street was more prosperous than the Caucasian counterparts around them. And on Black Wall Street, everybody, regardless of their ethnicity, patronized the businesses on Black Wall Street. So with that being said, I'm not saying that we got to make things just for Afro-American people, but I'm saying those of us Afro-Americans who are prosperous need to get together. We could get together, combine resources, and we could build. We could build the kind of America that we want. We could actually build the kind of America the way America should be. And we could make the kind of America that was denied to our ancestors. We could have the kind of America where everybody, regardless of their ethnicity, regardless of their race per se, I hate using that word race, but everybody can prosper. Everybody will be treated right. Listen, if we're tired of police beating up our children, guess what we need to do? Get together and start putting the kind of cops on the streets that we trust. Regardless of their skin color, we need to put the kind of policemen of good character that we want on the street. That's how you stop police brutality. We need to get lawyers. And every time we have an issue where a crooked cop wants to beat up on another Afro-American person, or even for the most, and even when a crooked cop want to beat up somebody, period. Because another issue we have too is that some of these cops they pick on poor people. And the reason why they pick on a lot of us because they think this means we're poor. So we need to get lawyers. Yeah, we need to get lawyers. We need to get good quality lawyers who will hold these people accountable and take away their pensions. Ain't no more desk jobs. No, you don't get a desk job. You lose your job. And you also lose your pension when you perform your duties as an officer less than what you should be doing, less than honorable. That's how you fight that. Now, in terms of dealing with President Trump, he could give two fucks about you bashing him. Matter of fact, he loves that. That's the kind of person that he is. He loves the attention. For him, publicity, any publicity is good publicity. So, one of the things that we could do is use our influence. This man has some of everybody in his ear all the time. And one of the things that Steve Harvey went to go do was to give him how the hood saw things. Was find out what was his plan going to be. And a lot of us dissed him for doing that, which we should have. We should support him because he was speaking on behalf. He was speaking on the behalf of us who don't have the access or don't have the means to talk on a level with a Donald Trump. A lot of us who are celebrities, who are really high ranking financially, you have an opportunity right now to make a change. You have an opportunity right now to make the kind of America that you want. By talking with this man, you ain't gotta like what he has to say. You ain't gotta. It's not about oppressing him, but letting him know, hey, President Trump, this is where I'm from, and this is where I see what's wrong going on where I'm from. This is what we need here. This is what needs to be in place here. Either he's going to listen to what you got to say, or he's not. Bottom line. But at least we need to get to a point where we start using those of us who have the influence. We need to use it. We need to use it. Now, those of us again, and those of us here now who have if you're a dope boy, I'm telling you this way, if you're selling dope or legal, whatever you're doing, your money is just get together. Use your money, bring your money together, build resources. Seriously. Build a foundation with that. Listen, the doggone mob did it, years ago, okay? The Kennedys, yeah, they're famous, but guess what? They got dirty money in there too also. People use their money and everything like that to build them up. They did the dirt, their blood money ain't no more worse than your drug. I mean, it ain't no more cleaner, their blood money, basically the same thing as your drug money for the most part. If they use that blood money, you use your drug money. Because at the end, it's all about the purpose of what you're using it for. They clean up their blood money by putting it in legit businesses and building foundations for their families. You do the same thing with your drug money. But we got to have this mentality law of working together and overcoming and overthrowing. We can't have this BS minority mentality. When you think big, you do bigger things. When you see the bigger picture, you're able to connect with other people who see the bigger picture also as well. Many times what hold us back, it ain't the white man holding us up, it's our mentalities that's holding us up. Bottom line. Can't no human being hold you up. It's us. It's us. We gotta repent. I mean, we gotta change how we think up here. Freedom starts with two things: your mind and your heart. When you finally convince yourself that you are free, and you know that you want to be free, you start doing things that work towards that freedom. Our ancestors who came here as slaves made their mind up already. Those who wanted to be free already said, "I'm going to be free." That was right in here. That was in there. They're going to be free or die trying. And a lot of us right now, we're afraid to die. We don't want to sacrifice anything. We don't want to have to shed any blood or our blood, bleed or sweat to make things better, for our nation and for our children. But it's going to take sacrifices. It's going to take sacrifices. And some of y'all may think I'm talking crazy, but I'm just sharing my thoughts. If you don't like it, turn channel, whatever this may be. None of us ethnic is from America. the roots of who we are as human beings, the roots of who we are as far as our skin color and whatnot, and ethnic. None of us are from America in that standpoint. So that being said, somebody came here. Everybody came here. Everybody who's here is rooted from somebody who came here, whether it was forced or by choice. And one of the things I noticed that everybody who came here at some point, we call it Native Americans, when they got here, a lot of them came from Alaska for the most part, or came from out north, which actually is it is America. So yeah. So with that being said, people who came to America, for the most part, infringed on Native Americans' ability to be free. And then when other people came over to America, those folks complained about those people infringing on their ability to be free. So it's all said and done, America is a melting pot in itself, but it's still that mentality there. There's a mentality that divides America. You have those who want America to be just for them, and those of us who know that America should be for everybody. So that being said, we got to fight for the America that we want. Those of us who know that America is for everybody, we got to fight for that kind of America. Bottom line, we got to stand up for it and fight for it. We got to work together, combine resources together for it, and build and make that standard of America, and make that standard for America, for it is to be in America. We got to change that. It's not going to come from bashing, your leadership. It's not going to come from complaining about your leadership. It's going to come through faith in God, first and foremost, faith in yourself, and faith in each other, and working together. So that's all. That's my little bit of encouragement for you today. If you have questions or concerns, or wish for me to go in more in depth with it, please feel free to comment. You also hit me up on my Twitter. I have Christopher O'Haines on Twitter, and also Outreach X on Twitter. So please feel free. Holla. God bless.